Hi, I'm State Representative Dan Kristiansen, and I'm here in Olympia, and I'd like to give you an update as to what's going on. We're going to be broadcasting over the course of the next several weeks throughout session, and we've got a lot of tough issues that we're dealing with. But right now, it's the first couple of weeks. The pomp and circumstance is starting to get behind us. We've got a new governor. We've got a lot of new legislators down here. Of the 98 members of the House of Representatives, we've actually got 21 new members down here. There's a lot of bright-eyed, wide-eyed people down here trying to figure out, okay, where's the bathroom, of course, but they want to know what's really going on. We're trying to figure out where are we going to go with the challenges of today, be it the budget, of course, the fact that we've still got so many people that are either unemployed or underemployed, which is a big issue of mine. The fact that we've got a lot of people who were unemployed, but now they may have a job, but it might be just a small fraction of what they were making before, and they've still got the same house payments they had before. We've got issues, of course, like education and making sure that we're funding that first based on the state Supreme Court decision last year, which is titled the McCleary decision, that we need to fund education better and do it first. We've also got to make sure we're taking care of our most vulnerable in our society, and public safety, of course, is a big issue as well. And so what I'd like to do is just kind of intro today, letting you know these are going to be the big issues that we're going to be talking about over the course of the next weeks. I'll get more into the weeds, so to speak, on the details of those things. But today, I just want to kind of give you an overview. We've been running for the last several years. Let's start with Fund Education First. Since 2006, actually, I've been running bills that were titled Fund Education First. The idea, funding of education is the only thing that actually says in our Constitution we must fund. It says we must provide amply for education. But the problem has been over the years is that we've never not only defined what basic education is, but then, of course, defined also in statute how we're going to take care of it and making it a priority. My plan was, let's put together a separate budget and that is just education. It's not a new concept, frankly. We do it with transportation. We have a separate budget for transportation. We also even have a separate budget that's called the capital budget down here. Capital budget does things like building of schools. It takes care of our parks and whatnot. And so with the fact that in our Constitution it says we must provide amply for education, let's do a separate budget for education. Now, what that gives us the opportunity to do also is not just deal with the aspect of the money, but it also helps us to define what is basic education. Is it just reading, writing, and arithmetic? Is it also getting into the sciences? Is it getting into, the engineering and things like that? Or is it also including things of the arts? Those are discussions we've not had down here in Olympia in decades. We need to have those discussions. We need to finalize the definition of it, put together that separate budget, and let's fund it and fund it properly. Then we'll start working with the rest of the budget when it comes to making sure that we're taking care of the most vulnerable people in our society. We have a lot of people in Washington State who truthfully have nobody else to take care of them. The disabled, be either mental or physical disabilities. There's a lot of people like that I believe we need to take care of, and that I believe is a responsibility that we cannot just set aside. We must deal with that properly. The other thing is public safety. Are we really, protecting the citizens? That, of course, is another constitutional issue. But transportation, as we know in our district, is one of those issues we've been talking about for years. I lost a good friend of mine several years ago on Highway 2. Both of my brothers, actually, several years ago, were involved in a crossover head-on accident and were hospitalized. And for, I think, any of us in the Monroe Highway 2 corridor, heading up Stevens Pass, it's personal. Many of us know people who have been injured or killed along that corridor. That will continue to be a focus, and we're working actually in the last couple of weeks. I've already had meetings with several people, when it comes to how can we include all of Snohomish County into this discussion, not just the Stevens Pass corridor in this discussion. So we're going to continue with those discussions as well. Like I said, I'll get more into the details on any of these issues that we've talked about, but one of the last things I'd like to mention before I sign off here, at the bottom of your screen is my contact information. For me to be effective at my job, I need to hear what's going on back home. And so please don't be afraid and don't be shy. I need to hear your opinions on all the things I've mentioned and any other things, any state agency issues or concerns. Please don't hesitate to give me a call. Again, I'm Dan Kristiansen, your state representative here in the 39th District, and I look forward to hearing from you in the future and communicating more on issues important to all of us. Thanks again. Take care.